Hey, what's up, everybody? Hit that like and smash that button, that subscribe, and hit that bell. I'm Justin Roiland, and today we're going to be watching people do the voices that I do, such as Rick and Morty. Oh, geez, Rick, Morty, eat my Mr. Meeseeks, which is like, you know, just really awful sounding. Korvo, which is like, Terry, get in here. Terry, it's less gruff than Rick. It's like, Rick is like, hey, Morty, I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle you. And then Terry's more like, come here, Terry, I'm gonna strangle you. You see the difference? It's very subtle. I think I might have f***ed up and called Korvo Terry, I realized. Can we just real quick, I'll record it, ready? Just so you have it. Korvo. Okay, now you have a fix. Morty, I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle you. And then Korvo, more like, come here, Terry, I'm gonna strangle you.
I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
Shut up, Morty. We're gonna do 100 more impression videos.
We need to fix the ship, Terry. No more movie trilogies, Terry. My name's Korvo. I hate Earth. I'm from planet Slorp, and we're just from the Slorpians, and we're trying to save the world, Terry. We need to fix the ship, Terry. No more movie trilogies, Terry. They're all terrible, Terry. Everyone knows the first movie's the best. Why do they make more? I hate Earth.
Was he possessed by some sort of demon? His eyes were fluttering. Not deep enough. Like, Korvo is deeper. You gotta go deeper for Korvo. Like, Yumulak, I want you to tell me all the things that are good about me, please. I'm feeling very insensitive right now. Jesse, please, everyone sit around and compliment me. I'm melting. He was way too just normal voiced.
Oh, great. Yeah, scary Terry, Morty. What else you got?
Well, there's always this one.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me! Can do!
I would say 65% of the way there. It reminds me of like when I was walking around as a kid doing Beavis and Butthead. Me and my buddies, just obsessed. And we got pretty close, I want to say. But we were not like locked in like Mike Judge was. So, all right, let's move on to the next.
You gotta do it for Grandpa, Morty. You gotta put these seeds inside your butt.
In my butt?
Come on, Morty, please, Morty. You gotta do it, Morty.
Let's just get this over with, okay? I mean, these things are pointy. They hurt.
That means they're good ones. You've been a huge help to me. I'm gonna be able to do all kinds of things with them. It's gonna be great, Morty. All kinds of stuff.
Okay, so now I'm worried for my job here. I wasn't expecting to see a female voice actress tackle those voices. That was really fun to see. And she even got the Rick burp in there, which is kind of wild. In the original seasons, I would just get a low alcohol content beer. I would just sip that as I would do Rick. And then we would leave it open for burp takes. And there'd be certain lines I would circle and come back to and like just get those. It's evolved to the point now where it's just LaCroix. And I don't worry about it. If it happens, it happens. And so there's a lot less of them in the show now. Like, I feel like if you watch season 1, there's so much more burping than like if you jump to season 4 or 5, it's like insanely less. Like Sarah Chalk can burp on command. I cannot. It has to just kind of happen when it happens. The worst is I'll be doing Morty lines and I've got a great burp and I'm just like.
All right, this is that one scene in Harry Potter, except it's lemon grab instead of Voldemort.
The boy who lived has come to die.
Yeah, that's scary close. If you were to play that next to me doing it, people would have a hard time knowing which was which. He's awesome. Like, he's been really cool. So I actually reached out and we're buddies now. His vocal cords just happen to be very similar to mine. So his Morty voice is also eerily on point. Like, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, you're so close that like we could record stuff and I don't think people would know who was who. It's so good.
Hey, Rick, I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
Yeah, me too. I can't think of it, though.
Oh, well, you know what they say, you know, if you can't remember something, it probably wasn't that important, you know?
You can hear there's moments in there in his Morty that it's pretty much identical. There's little moments. His Rick is not there. We've actually talked about it, and he's still practicing, trying to figure the Rick out. I am not the type of voice actor that's like a mimic, like Eric Bauza. People that can just do all of these voices, you know what I mean? They just study them and then they can just mimic them perfectly. Like, I'm not that guy. I wish I was. Or maybe I don't wish. It's fine. I just need to sit down and come up with maybe a couple more voices because I've got 4, I think, maybe 5. I think it's like 3 or 4. But anyway, that blew me away when someone showed me that. I was like, this can't be real.
Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't think I could do another impression video. Shut up, Morty. We're gonna do 100 more impression videos. 100 times. 100 more years.
His Rick and Morty are really good. They're close. That's really close. The best so far. Those are pretty on point. I wouldn't even know what to say was wrong. Like, we'd need like some sort of voice scientist here sitting next to me to help me explain the properties of sound waves or something.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Ooh-wee, Rick. I'm ready for another adventure. Ooh-wee.
His Meeseeks isn't quite there. There's a weird thing that I do with Meeseeks. It's like a weird tongue thing I'm doing. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Oh my God. Oh, Morty. I learned that from Mike Chillian. I think maybe Mike and I were doing that shit at the same time, but we both were famous for it in our friend group. Just really loud and like annoying voices that people would be like, stop. Mr. Poopy Butthole is just like, sometimes I can't even do them right. Like, oh, whoo-wee, Rick, I don't know about this. You want me to go on a... By the way, the stutters, that's like my actual... Like, that just happens. Like, I just stutter. It's funny to see some of these where they're like doing the stutter, like, you know, it's like planned. Mr. Poopy Butthole, what a name, for God's sakes. We're saying Mr. Poopy Butthole. It was my idea, but it's just like, oh my God. You hear people saying that in like a conversation and you're just like, what in the But yeah, his Rick and Morty were on point, like, for sure.
Morty, what happened? Why'd Justin Roiland die, Morty? How do you think he died? Oh, geez, Rick, I don't know. It kind of seems like foul play.
Yeah, Harmon's is pretty good. I mean, even in the writer's room, when he's playing around, he always had a pretty good... And like, he would temp episodes a lot, and I would get temp love for some of the stuff that he did in the episode. And I'm like, oh, I love this. And I would try to copy exactly like how he did it. Whenever you're trying to recreate the temp, where there's this just low stakes, who gives a shit, let me just record it really fast kind of energy in the room, and then you go into a real studio with an engineer and everybody behind the glass, it's just a completely different energy, and it's almost always impossible to match the temp. And it's called temp love. Everyone knows about it who works in animation or anything, film, whatever. It's like you'll live with something that somebody did for long enough that you really love the specificity of it, and then you can never quite capture it the same. And so I was just like, can we just get Harmon to temp like in an actual studio? Yeah. So that if we really love a thing, it's just done and we put it in. That never happened. But anyway, Harmon's Rick and Morty are pretty solid.
All right, Morty, hit the button and give me a beat. Okay, all right,
Wait, can I see it again? Yes. Sorry, can I see it again?
All right, Morty, hit the button and give me a beat. Okay, all right,
Where are you finding these? A little too deep, I feel like, on the Morty. A little too deep. And he's got to push it more on Rick. Use the deepness that you got and get more gruff, and then try to get Morty a little higher. You could do it. I think he could do it with a little practice. I think all these guys could do it, all these folks. You can tell they're having fun doing the voices, which is the like craziest, trippiest thing. It's kind of surreal to see people do these voices, because I never ever thought it would be that. It's really neat. Even though they all suck. Don't quit your day jobs.